When I was trying to figure out what I was going to say on this video for you, I got a little sad, got a little emotional, and got thinking, what if it wasn't you? What if you weren't the one that influenced my life for 20 plus years? That's a long time. That's almost half my life. But it is you. And so I am so grateful and so blessed to have you as a leader influencing my life, and being able to do ministry together with you. We've been through a lot together. We've been through a lot of seasons, been through some rough times, and some really sweet, amazing times, watching ministry flourish, watching ministry grow, watching leaders grow, and I wouldn't trade them for anything. We started years ago in an office together with my baby in a porta-crib, and I know your kids were running around somewhere, and somehow we were able to get work done. We just figured it out. Today, we would not be able to get work done with our grandbabies, but somehow we were able to then. We also did a lot of Bible studies together. We grew a lot spiritually, and I just remember making tabernacles out of Play-Doh, and just all the visuals and the fun that we had. Learning the Bible, learning about ourselves, and learning how to do Bible studies so that we could actually take them into our leadership and be able to do those with our teams. And so that was a huge part of my growth, and I know we all kind of grew together in that. The retreats that we go on, we used to be in the talking room. We would stay up all night playing games and talking, and as we got older, not so much anymore, so we kind of needed our sleep a little more. So I have a lot of great memories with you. We've gone through so much, and Jamie, I just want to thank you for the years that you have invested in my life, in my family's life. I just love you, and I wish you many more years of leadership, and thank you for being such a woman of integrity and character, and for loving the Lord and using your gifts to serve Him and others. Thank you.
Happy anniversary, Jamie. I wanted to be part of your celebration. You deserve to be celebrated. I know you love the attention and you love the spotlight. Not at all. But too bad, when you live a life like yours and you have a ministry like yours, you got a lot of people that love you a lot, so you're going to have to sit back and just take it, and you'll get through it, okay? So when I think of my favorite memory with you, the only thing that comes to mind among all the different hundreds of memories that populate, the thing that rises to the top is 2015. And you know it when I say it, you know right what I mean. And there's not a whole lot of stories I can tell from that year that are safe for public consumption, you know, so earmuffs everybody, but we cried a lot and we laughed a lot, and I found a real deep friendship with you that I'd never had before, and it's something that to this day I just cherish. I had so much joy in ministry in 2015, and as I looked back at it, so much of that is that I got to do it arm in arm with you. And I learned a ton from you, and it actually opened me up to who you really were, and the light bulb kind of came on for me. That after years of trying to figure you out, and what's your agenda, and why are you so complicated, and what's she really after, it finally opened up to me, the light bulb came on, and I realized, and my favorite thing about you is what I realized. You're here for other people. You always have been here for other people. That when you dig in and you fight, you're actually fighting for the other person. When you wrestle around an idea, you're actually going for the best for everyone involved. When you give of your time and your resources, when you lead and you love, you are the most selfless leader I have ever met. And I realized that as our friendship started to grow, I realized that all the years of me trying to figure out what was your agenda was me. Your agenda was the person sitting across the table. Your agenda was God's best for everyone involved. And that is so incredibly rare that I just wanted to speak it out loud and say that I see it and I love it about you. I cherish it about you. And I hope that I can be even a shadow of the leader in that way that you are. So thank you for being you. Thank you for being who you are for this community, for the ministry that's going on, and for the way that you've loved the city, that you've loved me and my family. We miss you and we love you, and we hope to see you soon. Congratulations, Jamie. Happy anniversary.
Hey, Grace Point. I want to tell you about the things I love and admire about Jamie Capadonna, my mom. She's incredibly thoughtful, always thinking about the people involved and what would be meaningful to them. One of the ways this manifests itself is in creating traditions that you can remember, look forward to, and count on. Like opening an ornament every year for Christmas, for 23 years so that when you start your own family, you have a fully decorated tree full of memories. Or initiating traditions in the life of our church, like Kite Day or Father-Daughter Dance, that families anticipate every year and now carry on with their own kids. Execution is a hallmark of my mom. Not the firing squad, but the hashtag nailed it kind. She commits to things and they get done with excellence. Her skill in this area stands out when she's dealing with something complex or with lots of moving parts, like planning an international vacation for our family of 17, or her biggest challenge ever, getting Grace Point back on its feet after the medical center fire. She'll lead and delegate, but you can count on her to do the details too. She shepherds the big picture of Grace Point's foster and adopt ministry, and she's certified to provide babysitting respite to foster families. She can organize Global Leadership Summit, and she'll also assemble the name badges. When there's a crunch on resources or manpower, which there always is at a nonprofit like Grace Point, she finds a way. When the budget is tight, she's even willing to DIY rosemary centerpieces for an event using landscaping shrubs from an abandoned commercial property so that it all gets done in a way that makes you proud. My mom is always pushing herself to keep progressing. She's constantly reading new books, or when we were kids, listening to talk radio in the car so she could learn something new. She does things that are uncomfortable for her, like standing on stage here to share ministry updates and successes with us, hosting her neighbors, mostly strangers, for National Night Out, sitting in a dunking booth to raise money for kids camp, or organizing her family to deliver gifts for the Elf Louise charity. Those are all things that look normal for Jamie to you, but they're outside her comfort zone. Yet she does them because she believes in the importance of stretching and growing, and inspiring and modeling for others. There are so many things that I love and admire about my mom. I'm proud of the 20 years she spent working in ministry, finding fulfillment and using the gifts God has given her to serve the body of Christ.
Hey Grace Point,
Congratulations,
this is going to be a short video. Sorry we're moving across the country, but I just wanted to take a little moment of my time to tell y'all two of the great qualities of my mom, Jamye Celebration, that I saw growing up with her, and that also made her such a great member of the Grace Point team over the last 20 years. So she's always been discerning. She's very good at examining all the relevant facts of a situation and deciding what the best decision is for that case. And that's invaluable to a nonprofit like Grace Point. It's difficult to allocate scarce resources that all nonprofits, especially churches, have, and to make everybody happy, but she always does a good job about making sure that what needs to get done does get done, and if there's any resources left over, that other projects that would be beneficial also get taken care of. And then she's also great at committing to something. She, as a kid, taught us that if you say you're going to do something, you're going to do it, and that you're going to do it to the best of your ability. There's no excuse for that, and you can see that every day at Grace Point. There's never been a project at Grace Point that she's said she'll do that she either didn't do or half did, or just anytime she commits to something, it's gonna get done, and it's gonna get done really well. Okay, love you, Mom. Happy 20-year anniversary. Let's go for another 20.
Happy anniversary, Jamie. So glad that I get to work with you for so many different reasons. I love getting to be a part of your sense of humor. I love getting to see your tender heart, the things that really move you and motivate you. I love that you're committed to our vision as a church. Those are all great attributes that everybody probably sees in you. But personally, I love the fact that you have helped me grow as a leader. You've done that in a number of ways, and in my time here, I've definitely been stretched and taken into positions that I wasn't looking for and never thought I would be in. And the way that you have treated me as a peer and as a leader has helped me to grow tremendously in my leadership. One of the things that I love about working with you is that you naturally hold me accountable to being the kind of leader I want to be. When I'm trying to measure myself in a given week, I can measure myself against certain attributes that you have. You're incredibly hardworking. You are willing to put in the extra effort to get the job done. You're incredibly, incredibly loyal and devoted to our team, and to our staff, and to our church. And those are things that I certainly want to personify. And so when I measure myself against you, I ask, am I doing those kinds of things? And then one of the big ones that is probably the biggest one for me, because it's something that I've had to learn in leadership over the years, is the willingness to do anything that I would ask someone else to do. There is no task that is below you. I've moved chairs with you. I've mopped bathroom floors with you. I've ran around to find toilet paper for bathrooms when they were out. I've done all kinds of tasks, not for you, but with you. And just having you personify for our team what it means to have ownership and do whatever it takes holds me accountable and makes me a better leader. So I'm thrilled I get to work with you. Love getting to be a part of the team, and happy anniversary.
I've had the privilege of knowing Jamye Celebration for over 20 years. I actually had the chance to be on the same staff with her for a dozen of those years. So I feel like I've got a bunch of stories about Jamye, and they're all good. It's been a privilege. And so to know Jamye in the way I've been able to know her has been special for me. A couple things come to mind that I just want to share with you. I think Jamye, with her persona of leadership, is one thing, and people have seen her operate at high levels in many different ways for a long time, and she gets it done in ways that few do. So that's a big part of it. But when I think of leadership, I just got home this afternoon from our leadership summit. I think this is my 13th or 14th time that I've gone. Jamye is probably as much instrumental in leadership summit coming to San Antonio as anybody I know. But she pulls it off and executes it and organizes it in ways that you guys will never appreciate. I've seen her behind the scenes. I've seen her leading in ways that just draw whatever the number of people are necessary to make that happen. And I just thinking about her today as I'm kind of thinking about what just happened on these last 2 days, and I'm just so grateful for Jamye. Jamye, way to go on Leadership Summit. But the other thing I wanted to share with you that comes to mind, it was a kind of a treat for me, was when Jamye and I were on a team that went on a global mission trip to Morocco. When you go overseas together and you roll up your sleeves and serve others, you get to know people pretty well. I saw Jamye, and I shouldn't be surprised, as none of us should, in such a sacrificial, selfless way that I had never seen before. Somebody who is a leader, capital L leader, like Jamye, and yet is serving people in humble ways for day after day after day, was just a wonderful thing to watch. So I've seen her operate at the highest levels with some of the biggest leaders out there, and then I've seen her lead at what must be the lowest serving levels, where she just simply humbled herself. And that's Jamye Celebration. To know her is to know both of those things. And so I applaud her. I have gained so much from her. I consider her a personal friend. She's been a cheerleader of mine, and so I'm just so grateful for her. And so if you don't know her, get to know her. If you do know her, don't take her for granted, because there are very few like her. Make sure she knows how thankful you are for her. Jamye, way to go. I'm looking forward to these next years together.
So when I think about Jamye, I think about kind of the same things that everybody I know thinks about her, that she's amazing, that she has incredible capacity and she can accomplish so much and see all the details and all those things. And all those things are totally true. But when I think about Jamye, there's a few things that really stand out in my mind. One is that she looked at me and said, April, I think you can lead, and she trusted me with a lot of responsibility when I didn't feel like she really knew me. So she just spoke into me and said, I see something in you, and that was a really cool thing for me. Then the other thing I think about Jamye is that she cares so deeply about people, and that all of the efforts that you see her put into things are not because she's obsessed with the details, but because she's obsessed with really doing the best for people that she can. Seeing them live up to their potential, seeing them step beyond their circumstances, and being able to see what could be. And another thing that I love about Jamie is that she hasn't stopped growing, that she is able to look at herself and see things that are hard to look at, and she's willing to embrace those things and step outside of her comfort zone and just continue to grow as a person and as a Christ follower. And I love that about her, because I hope that's something that I'll do, and encourages me to do it right now in my own life. And then the last thing is just that she's my friend, and I love Jamie.